Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're returning to Mission Souls with a song by Fall Out Boy. They actually just put this up 3 days ago. They've been putting out content fast and furiously lately because they had a number of gigs towards the end of last year, and they're starting to show the songs, but one at a time. So for all we know, this will continue for a while. Kind of hope so. This song is Sugar, We're Going Down, and this is arguably one of the songs that broke Fall Out Boy big. It was on their second album from 2005 called From Under the Cork Tree. This is actually the one that just exploded them into a mainstream band. They won a Grammy for this. It sold 9 million copies, so not bad. So Fall Out Boy is kind of a pop-punk band, really right along the lines of what we look at on this channel, but we've never actually featured them on the channel before, so this is kind of the Christianing of Fall Out Boy on the channel. But we always love Mission Souls, and we're looking forward to this one. Adrian, any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
About Fall Out Boy, I think I know where they got that from. There was on the show The Simpsons, there was this comic book character named Radioactive Man, and his sidekick was Fall Out Boy.
It makes perfect sense to me. It's funny, though. Oh, I hadn't considered that, but that's pretty funny. Very likely. If anybody knows otherwise, tell us about it, would you please?
Yes.
So the members of Mission Souls on this are the kids, essentially. We've got Ice on drums at 12. We've got Stacy on rhythm guitar and main vocals at 13. Nisha on lead guitar at 15. Nisei's on bass at 16. So Dad's mixing and Mom is editing the video, along with Nisha and Nisei's, it looks like. So let's go ahead, check this out, and we will talk about it afterwards.
Alrighty.
watching us on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram.
All right. What'd you think, Adrian?
A lot of things. I think the first thing I'll mention, were you ready for that, for those fills that Ice did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm always ready for Ice. He is so good at,
Oh, yeah. And then in between beats, he's fixing his in-ears.
Yeah. Yeah, I noticed at one point Nisha was actually doing some little lead licks in there, and at the same time she reached up and tuned one of her strings. I think the G,
Yeah,
just a little bit. That's a little off. Okay, here we go. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but it felt like Nisei's bass. I don't know. It looked bigger than I expected. I don't know if it was the headstock. Maybe it was the headstock was a little bigger or something. But for a moment there, I'm looking at it going, "Is that bigger than usual?" And
Well, I didn't notice the size of the guitars on the kids or anything. I noticed the size of the clothes. They've got the performance and presentation down, the baggy clothes they wear, also
right.
jumping around in the beginning and everything.
maybe stage clothes type of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty hip, I think.
Yeah, it works. I was a little surprised to see them pan to the audience, and the audience is all just sitting there. I mean, they're going like this, but they're not doing it. I'll be honest, sometimes I wish I had a standing desk, because sometimes I want to actually be moving around instead of sitting during our reactions. I don't know, though. I'd have to get something motorized, I guess, and then, I don't know. Big hassle, maybe. But sometimes I am like, geez, I wish I could stand up.
Nisha definitely had some moves, as did the rest of the band. But I noticed her doing them first. I guess not only guitar poses, but just them kind of like jumping around. It's almost like the Warning to a lesser degree. But I mean, it's
Bringing energy to the stage.
Yeah, bringing energy to the stage. Exactly.
Yeah, it's always good when a band does that. It's always good to have a little energy. If you're just standing there, John Entwistle can get away with it, but that's because the other three guys are going, and all this, or whatever. They're all freaking out, basically. So it's okay. But as a matter of fact, at that point, it's good to have somebody standing there, yes, I'm steering the ship. Don't worry. But I think they're doing that part well.
Stacy just had a great voice for this song. It's a sonic resemblance to the original, I think. Yep. I took the liberty of watching some of the original video from Fall Out Boy.
Yeah, it's a good reminder. I remember hearing this song on the radio a lot back in the day. For a while, I drove to work with a roommate, and we had the radio on, and it was, the rock station. This would have been a fairly contemporary piece. I think they did a great job with it. Sounded really good. It's funny, you mentioned Fall Out Boy being the sidekick to Radioactive Man, which makes sense. I think this band actually started, Fall Out Boy that is, as a side project, and then suddenly blew up and became the project. So that would actually make sense too with the.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought they did a great job. Any closing thoughts, Adrian?
Dynamite performance, dynamite presentation, and they got something solid going on anyway.
Yeah, I agree. Great. Okay. Folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? If you're a fan of Fall Out Boy, let us know. But let us know what you thought of this performance. If you were at the performance, of course, tell us about that. We're always interested in hearing what was going on the ground during these performances that we look at on the channel. Anything else you want to include? Any suggestions? Leave those below, and we'll keep an eye out for those. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.